Hi there, Year 3. It's time for the second part of Brian Wong, who was never ever wrong. Remember, he's one of David Walliams' world's worst children. So last time we read this story, we got to the part where Brian Wong wanted to prove that he could count to infinity, even though his teacher said that was impossible. He said, I'm never ever wrong and I can do it. So his whole class told him to go on then, and they all hoped that he would be proved wrong. Do you remember? Right, let's read the rest of the story. We are waiting, announced the teacher, with a wink to the rest of the class. Wong briefly cleared his throat and then began. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were gales of laughter from the other children in the class. Ha 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 ha. Wong really thought he was going to count to infinity, just so he wouldn't be proved wrong. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, continued Wong. The class could not believe he was really going through with it. 273, 274, 275, on and on went Wong until the bell clanged for the end of the lesson. Ring! Thank you very much, Wong. You can stop now, announced Mr. Shrewdly with a chuckle. 274, 275, but the teacher underestimated Wong. This was a matter of pride for the boy. He was not going to stop until he reached infinity. 276, 277, 278. Brian strode out of the classroom, still counting, as Mr. Shrewdly shook his head in disbelief. How long would Wong keep this up? How long do you think? Till he got home? Do you think he'd count all night long? And count the next day as well? Let's find out. The boy counted all the way through break time, then through some more lessons, even including PE, then through lunchtime, then through some more lessons before the bell clanged one last time for the end of the school day. What's he on to now? 699. Ring! It's the end of the day. Surely he's going to stop now. As Wong marched out of the school gates, he carried on counting. By this time, he had reached the high thousands. 9,736, 9,737. As the other boys laughed at Wong at the bus stop, Chan felt a pang of guilt. He tapped his classmate on the shoulder and said, Come on, Wong, let's get an ice cream. This is stupid. A furious look crossed Wong's face. You have made me lose count, he raged. Now I have to go back to the beginning again. But Wong, 1, 2, 3. When he returned home, Wong counted all through dinner. 1,112, 30,609, 30,610, and bath time. When he went to bed, he wrote down the last number he had counted on a piece of paper. 48,392. That way he could start again as soon as he woke up with 48,393, which he did. All through the next day and the next day and the next, Brian Wong counted and counted and counted. Soon he had reached the millions, and after a couple of years, the billions. When he reached 1 trillion, he felt it was too late to stop now. So he carried on into the zillions. 2,603, 1,2,301. People from surrounding villages and towns would often come to watch Wong's never-ending task. They called him Counting Boy, but in time they had to change that to Counting Man as he grew older. 1,603, 3,002,300, 5,001,000, and so on. Oh, poor Brian Wong, still counting. His hair was turning grey. He had to put even thicker lenses in his glasses, so now his eyes weren't the size of footballs. Sorry, were the size of footballs. But still, Wong would not be proved wrong. He was going to count to infinity, if it was the last thing he did. Even when his math teacher, Mr. Shrewdly, died of old age at 103, Wong refused to stop. 9 gazillion 780 zillion 40 trillion 380 billion 92,400,502. The numbers were becoming quite a mouthful. As time passed, Wong himself became an old man. He had been counting non-stop for 60 years. He had a long flowing beard the length of an elephant's trunk. Can you see him? Yet still he kept counting. As long as he kept counting, Wong thought he could not be proved wrong. 11 gazillion 990 zillion 1,160,603,000. Oh my goodness, he must be tired by now, mustn't he? Finally, one night, Brian Wong was lying on his deathbed. He was now 111 years old, and life was slipping away from him. Yet he was still counting, hoping that somehow the next number might just be infinity, though it never ever was. 12 gazillion zillion trillion billion million and 3. 12 gazillion zillion trillion billion million and 4. His old classmate Kenneth Chan came to visit him one last time. Wong was fading fast. Chan perched on the edge of Wong's bed and said, "You don't have long left, my friend. Perhaps it is time to stop counting and enjoy the last few moments of life you have left." Wong looked Chan straight in the eye, an expression of extreme annoyance on his face. "You stupid fool! You made me lose count again. Now I have to start back at the beginning." "Wong, no," pleaded Chan. 1, 2, 3, Wong began. Of course, Brian Wong never did reach infinity. However, just as he could not prove that the number infinity existed, no one else could prove that it didn't. Wong died with a smile on his face. He had wasted his entire life counting, but what was much more important to him was that he had not been proved wrong. On his gravestone it read, "Here lies Brian Wong, who was never, ever, 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 ever wrong, especially not about the whole counting to infinity thing." Oh, poor Brian Wong, what a sad life he had, counting all his life. So that's the last of the world's worst children I'm going to read for now, year 3. We're going to start a different book tomorrow. You can still email your suggestions of which book I read next, and I'll see what I can do. If not, I will choose another one that I think you will enjoy. Okay? Have a think which has been your favourite world's worst children. I think mine was probably Grubby Gertrude. I'm not sure. It was quite disgusting, that story though, wasn't it? Have a think which was your favourite. I hope you enjoyed them anyway. Bye.